Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you a makeup routine for how to conceal acne and blemishes and spots, that kind of thing. I've always kind of suffered with spots and stuff and kind of perfected the technique for covering them on an everyday basis, and my skin's gotten worse recently. It was looking a bit better, but I thought I'd take the opportunity, make something good out of it and show you how I conceal them. This is a great look to use every day because it's quite lightweight. You're not putting tons and tons of makeup onto your face. And it doesn't really draw attention to the fact that you've got a lot of makeup on, so anyone of any age can use it. I used to do this for school when I wasn't allowed to wear makeup, so I never got told off, so it's basically undetectable then. Boys can wear it too, and don't feel like you're having to put loads of makeup on. You don't need much through this tutorial at all, so if you're suffering from acne and you want to cover it up a little bit, this technique is great for you too. So hope you enjoy this, and here we go to no makeup. So the first thing that I do is apply some moisturizer. I've already gone ahead and done that. My favourite one at the minute is this Clinique one. It's the Dramatically Different Moisturising Lotion Plus. Now a lot of you might be thinking, but I've got really oily skin, I don't want to add more stuff onto my face. But I still recommend use a lightweight moisturiser. I just find that where some of the spots are, especially when they get a bit older and they kind of start to scab over, your foundation or concealer is just kind of cling to it and not look very flawless. It's going to be quite noticeable. So I like to just start off moisturiser all over my face just to prime it ready for the makeup, and then I let that sink in for about 5 to 10 minutes or so, just so that the stuff's not going to slide straight off. So the next thing I'm going to do is apply a corrector. This is a Clinique one, it's the Redness Solutions, and I really like using one of these if I have quite a lot of spots, because it means I can apply less foundation and concealer, because this will cancel out some of the redness. It's like a green based kind of cream, and I just apply that in the areas where I need it, but also kind of across my cheeks where I have quite a red complexion anyway. You can get this kind of thing in like a stick form as well, kind of like a concealer if you prefer that, or as a primer. I think loads of different companies make them, but I just really like to use this because it means I can use less concealer and stuff, make everything a bit more flawless. So this is what it looks like when it comes straight out of the tube. So I'm just going to pop this on to the areas where I need it. So you look a bit weird to start off with. And you don't want to rub this in completely, otherwise there's no point in applying it if there's no green left. It's just going to look a bit strange. So I just like to kind of pat it in where I need it. The next thing I do is apply my foundation. You might prefer to do your concealer first, that's fine, there's pros and cons to both. I find that if you have quite large areas of acne or spots or areas that you want to cover, then a foundation or BB cream type thing is best to apply first, because then it might look like you'd need less concealer than if you'd gone in and covered every single imperfection. But if you find you can't find a great match of concealer for your skin, because there's kind of a range of colours in foundation, and what you can do is apply your concealer first and then put your foundation on top, and everything will blend a bit better rather than having noticeable different colours all over your face. But I'm going to apply mine first. This is just how I prefer to do it. So I'm using this Dr. Jar BB cream. And I like it because it's quite lightweight, but it still gives me that little bit of coverage that I need. If I'm going out and want something a bit more flawless, then I'll go for a full-on foundation, but for every day I really like this one. Then I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush and just pop a little bit on, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press it into the skin. You don't want to disturb any of that corrector underneath, or if you've put your concealer on first, then again you don't really want to move that around your face and undo all the work you've already done. So I just work one section at a time just to get the blending in done. So once you've kind of pressed it, you can then lightly swirl it. Don't really press hard, but just so that you don't have any harsh lines, and bring it down the neck a little bit. Okay, so you could leave it there for coverage. That might just be enough for you on a day-to-day basis. I certainly quite often just pop BB cream on and then go straight out the door and don't do anything else. But if you want that little bit of extra coverage on individual areas, then you probably want to go in with a concealer. So the one I'm going to use is this one, the very popular Lasting Perfection concealer from Collection, I think it is. Doesn't really matter which concealer you use, but I definitely make sure you have a matte one. You don't want any of these kind of like illuminating ones that like click up, or under eye ones. They're just going to be, the under eye ones are more pinky toned, so they're going to kind of add to that redness that we've been trying to take away, and then the shimmery ones are going to add or like draw attention to those areas. So you want to go with something matte and that it matches your skin tone. So I'm in number 1 Fair, so the palest shade they do. I like to use this brush here to apply it with. I think it's for like contouring eye, like through the crease and stuff, but I really like it for concealing. So you don't want much concealer on your brush, just dab it in just so you have some on the tip of it. And then what you want to do is to get the area where you want to cover, so say this, and then I hold the brush at the very end and then I use circular motions to apply it. So you want to get the coverage right on the centre, and then you can see that this is slightly noticeable where I've applied it. So then what you want to do is to take off any excess you might have and then just buff out the edges so that you can't tell where you've applied the concealer. Then I have a couple of these really annoying like under the skin ones. It's like a massive lump, I don't know why. So I'm just going to do the same on those. It's a slightly larger area, but it's exactly the same principle. That's all I'm going to do in terms of coverage. I definitely suggest that less is more. I know if you've got bad skin, all you want to do is put lots of stuff on to cover it up, but that's not actually going to help your skin get better and improve over time. And also I also think that it looks worse the more you put on it. When you have bad skin, it can be quite bumpy and the makeup doesn't really sit on it that nicely. So the more you put on, kind of the more attention you might draw, even though you've kind of cancelled out the redness and stuff, you can still kind of see where you've done that. So I think if you just do a little bit to take the redness out a little bit and just conceal where they are, then that's plenty. And then if you want, you can finish off your look with like a bright lip or some nice eyeshadow. I often do that if that makes you feel a little bit more confident or happy. That's a really good trick as well, and then it just brings the attention to the features that you want people to look at rather than your skin. Just to finish up the face, I'm going to apply some powder just so I haven't got any of this shine left and so it will set and last all day. The one I use is the Soap and Glory one, One Heck of a Blot. I like this one because it has a mirror inside and a little like sponge thing so you can take it on the go. And also I like this one because when you have the puff, you can just roll it onto your skin like this. So it gets rid of any of the shine, but you're not getting rid of all that coverage underneath. If you use a brush, you're going to kind of get rid of all the hard work you've done before and kind of wipe it away. So if you just press this in, then hopefully you won't remove any of that good concealing work we've already done. This is also just a translucent powder. I don't really like using powders with like a colouring, because if you want to top it up throughout the day, I find it doesn't look as good as a translucent one. Alright, so this is the finished look. The only other things I did was apply some Clinique Chubby Stick. This is the Super Strawberry one, just kind of a Your Lips But Better colour. And then I popped a little bit of this Max Factor cream blush onto my cheeks, just to add a little bit of colour. You want to try and avoid shimmery highlighting type things because they're going to like bring more attention again to those areas that we wanted to conceal, and then kind of illuminate your pores and stuff as well. So just use a little matte cream one. This one's really nice to bring the whole look together. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. It's definitely a technique I use pretty much every day to do my kind of concealing and stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more videos, and let me know if there's any videos you want me to make or if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye! Everyone, I'm assuming if you're watching this video you're either at uni or about to go to uni, so hope you're having a good time if you're there, or you're excited about going if you're about to go soon. I'm not the thriftiest of students, but I've picked up a couple of tips during my time at uni so far that will hopefully help you out. So Here are my 5 top tips for saving money at uni.